third law of a lean purse. If you're always having a small bank account, or you don't always have money, the third law is multiply your money. If you've been following me in my previous video, I've explained the first law, which is a percentage, a tenth of what you earn is yours to keep. Then the second law is you have to budget, you have to control your expenditure. I explained it in details in the previous video. This time around is you have to multiply the money. So this group of persons that Akkad has been explaining to them the process of how they can actually acquire wealth, said, okay, Akkad, we've been able to save our money, we've been able to build a sustainable amount of capital for ourselves. What can we actually do with this money? This money is in our bank accounts, and inflation might probably bring it down. So what can we do? I get a lot of these questions. Henry, I have $1,000 with me. Do you, your business, can I put it inside your business? Henry, I have $1 million. Henry, I have $200,000. So I've been hearing a lot of this recently. So I'm going to be explaining what Akkad told them. He said a man's wealth is not in the volume of the amount of money he has in his bank account, but his ability to build multiple streams of income that are continually bringing in money into his bank accounts. This was what Akkad told them. He said, I've made all these mistakes and I've learned my lesson in a hard way. Now let me tell you what I did with my money. When I've understood that my money was very important to me, I didn't just give it to anybody. No, I intentionally started doing my due diligence. I started looking out for businesses to invest in. I started looking out for people to actually invest in. I started looking out for industries I can actually invest my money that can profit me, that can give me the amount of money that I need on a consistent basis. So I found a man named Aga. Aga was a businessman that usually travels out to buy products, to buy goods from outside over the seas, and the businessman will come back and sell it in Babylon, and the profits, the money I gave to him will always have return on investment. Maybe a small percentage of the profit will be shared and given to me. So if he comes and I have $1,000, if I lend him that $1,000, when he's bringing it, he's going to bring $1,000 and like $1,100 for me. So $100 profit for me. So that was what we were now doing continually till when we're doing it. The secret there was that the profit that was coming in, I was reinvesting it into the business. I was reinvesting it into what the man was giving me. So if the man comes back and gives me $1,100, when he's coming again, I will give him that $1,100. So this was what I continually was doing on a consistent basis. I was doing it every day, every time the man comes. So I did it over a long period of time. That the profits from every capital he brings, the return on investment, the money on top, I put it back. If he brings again, I put it back. If he brings again, I put it back. So over let's say 3 years, the money accumulated. I now started investing on other persons too. So other businessmen and women started coming in, and they started using my money, and they started doing business with it, and they were giving me profits. So I now have different streams of income, different businessmen and women that are actually using my money, and they are bringing in profits on a daily basis. This was what now helped me, and I started expanding my empire. I started buying lands, I started buying real estate, I started buying businesses, I started buying slaves. That was how I grew. You understand? I did not eat the profits in my capital. I did not eat my return on investment. I reinvested it. I could still remember when all the money that is being paid to me as interest and my money that is in a particular safe, they pay me on a monthly basis, I put the money back. They pay me on a monthly basis, I put the money back. So that was what Akkad said. So now, if you rewind back to our previous video, Akkad said, during my time when I was accumulating this money, I started doing my due diligence. You don't need to make that mistake of putting it in the wrong person's hands that does not have any track record, that does not have any track record of reproducing that money or giving you something on that your money or giving you an interest on that money. You don't have to play that risk. Akkad has already gone through that and is explaining to you that volume of money you have to personally develop yourself to the capacity of the kind of person that can actually handle that money. You have to develop yourself financially, intellectually. You have to develop yourself. So you need to come to a point whereby that money you have, you must know the industry you want to invest it in and know the opportunities in that industries, so you can be able to multiply that money. That was what exactly Akkad was saying. So he gave a scenario of a man. The second way he expanded his money, he multiplied his money, was through compound interest, where a farmer went to a lender and gave him like $100 and say, I want this $100 to stay in your care and be multiplying in the next 20 years. My son will use it. So 20 years later, the farmer came back and the lender told the farmer, your money is now $35,000. The man was like, wow, that's great, just my $100? The lender said, yes, just my $100. So when this happened, he now said, okay, keep it again. My son, it's not time for him to use it. So after like 30 years more, when the farmer passed away and the son was 50 and he now came back, that money was $1 point something million if you do the conversion. So you can see how time expands money depending on the volume of the money you are actually saving. So he said two things he was implying in this video. If you didn't get the power of compound interest and the power of doing your due diligence, where you give out your money, you invest your money in industries that you've done your due diligence, you invest your money in businesses that you've done your due diligence, you invest your money in platforms that you know that your capital is safe and you can get profit from there. So that's the third law of a lean purse. The next video I'll be explaining the fourth law. Thank you. I'm Henry Obikwere. Feel free to like and share this video.